And this is a huge problem in the tech world. Now, when you're looking at the tussle that is happening between Google and OpenAI, and this isn't just another search engine, it's built to leverage AI to provide direct answers to users rather than just these links. Okay, so today we are going to tackle something called the innovator's dilemma. Now, when you're looking at the tussle that is happening between Google and OpenAI, that's what we are going to be talking about today. And this is a huge problem in the tech world and Google's evolution and how it's being challenged by OpenAI. And this whole shift has stirred up quite a conversation about disruption and innovation, and especially when it comes to the tech giants that we have come to know so well. First of all, let's talk about Google's recent developments, or perhaps the lack of developments by Google. Google, known for its dominance in the search engine market, seems to be playing it safe rather than pushing the envelope, which they had been doing in the past. They have been criticized, and rightly so, for sticking to traditional product announcements. Basically, they are going with elaborate presentations that are more of the same things that they have in the past, and the announcements are actually not substantiated. Remember when Steve Jobs actually introduced the iPhone? It was straightforward, it was tangible, it revolutionized our expectations of tech presentations. Jobs simply pulled out a phone, demonstrated its revolutionary features in real time, and left everybody awe-inspired. And that's the kind of innovation that people remember and talk about. In contrast, in recent months, Google's presentations have been compared to just flashy PowerPoints filled with promises rather than products that you can actually use right there and then. And we all know that many of their demos were actually made up. You could not actually do those demos based on what they had presented. And this has been an approach that seems polished, yet of course it lacks that immediate impact on bringing groundbreaking tech into our hands, and that leaves a sour taste in people's mouth who see the presentation but realize that this is not exactly the case. Now, if we talk about their challengers, now you have OpenAI. It has undertaken groundbreaking work in AI. OpenAI has been making headlines not just for its innovations, but for the way it actually presents them. Straightforward, to the point, and immediately applicable. You have TV shows making their videos on, and those are going viral. For example, they have been transparent about their new AI models and have discussed them openly in forums, in live sessions, and something that is resonating really well with the tech community. And they're looking for the next big thing in real time, and they know whatever OpenAI is saying, that is actually what is happening. But if we dive in a little deeper into what is really at stake here. So Google's business model, as we know, is search engine market itself. Google is a search platform, and OpenAI recently has announced plans to launch their own search engine that directly competes with Google. And this isn't just another search engine. It's built to leverage AI to provide direct answers to users rather than just these links. And this approach could potentially disrupt Google's ad-based revenue model, which of course we know relies on users clicking through links surrounded by ads, and the ad click-through rate and all that we all know about the Google's business model. Now, Google's hesitance to fully embrace AI in search functionalities shows a clear example of an innovator's dilemma. And I can see from their standpoint, because they will be upending their whole business model if they actually do that. And they have been telling people for years, for decades, that you need to be optimized for their search engine. And that has been how the web has been operating for a good part of the last 2 decades. And it seems they are at the crossroads, and they have to decide whether to improve their current technologies incrementally or to take bold steps and potentially cannibalize all of their existing products. Well, not all of them. There will be different segments such as evergreen content versus new types of content, new research coming in, news perhaps. However, this scenario is of course complicated by other tech players like Apple, who are also venturing into AI. And they're also pushing boundaries further and expecting everyone else to, of course, catch up. Now, Apple's recent AI releases, along with their consistently polished products, show a stark contrast to Google's cautious approach and products that are not there yet. They talk about what's going to be happening in the future. They're not showing you what is ready right now. We had Google demonstrate in the past that they have an AI that is taking orders from individuals for a restaurant. However, we know that it was never that good, and it was not that good, and that was just a future prognostication of what their abilities would be. Now, in addition to all of these issues that Google is facing, that these tech giants are going to be facing, there are new players like Preplexity, a new search engine, and they're backed by significant funding, and they're looking to actually redefine how to search for information. And Preplexity, whoever has gone to their platform, promises to deliver answers, not just search results, and they also correlate and help out in extensive research that was not possible just by a simple Google search in the past. So this approach highlights a huge shift from objective search queries, where users are presented with links, to subjective interactions where users get direct answers. And this could redefine user expectations and behaviors online. All of this is basically dependent on you and I, how we approach seeking information from the net. So this is a dilemma that Google is facing, and every tech company usually ends up facing sometime in their life cycle. This just goes to show it's essential to reflect on these changes and what they mean for the future of technology. Will Google adapt and overcome, or will they stick to their tried and tested methods that are at risk of becoming obsolete? And how the web has been for the last 2 decades, this is going to be upended, and we can see this happening. How will the new players like OpenAI and Preplexity shape our interaction with the technology? Of course, I agree, only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The tech landscape is shifting, and it's going to be more exciting than ever. Anyways, let me know what you think, and do something great every single day. Thank you.